play around with because it uses so many um, different techniques that we've learned so far to create this part. So the first thing that I'm going to take a look at is where should I start? So as I look at this, I see that I have a radius of 64, a radius of 130, and then from the center point of these two, I can get the center point of these two, this arc and this circle. And I'm going to be using circles to create everything and then trimming everything up. So let's go ahead and go to our command and let's do center radius. And just somewhere on my screen, again, we're actually in metric here. So make sure you start a metric drawing before you begin this. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my 64. And then I'm going to grab my command again. And now I'm going to do my 130. And then from here, aligned with my center points at 178 millimeters are the 100 diameter and the 46 diameter circle. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my circle command and go to center. And I'm going to do my snap from the center point and then choose my @ symbol, because remember that @ symbol tells me where I just clicked is a temporary 0, 0. And then I'm just going to put 0 for my X because I'm not moving left or right, and 178 for my Y. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the 100 in first, and then I'm going to come back in and put my 46. At this point, we have a good bit of information to be able to do some trimming once we add a couple other items. So I'm going to put this radius 50 in here, and I'm just going to choose my tangent radius. So tangent, and the radius is 50. And again, if you wanted to, sometimes as we get more and more items on our drawing, it gets a little more cluttered. You could start trimming up if you wanted to. So let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and trim that excess circle off that we know we don't need, which is this one right here. And we could do this one here, but we're going to hold off right now. The next thing I see is this line right here that touches that 100 diameter circle and touches the 64 radius circle. I don't really know where. It looks like it could be a quadrant, but it's not. It's tangent. So I'm going to grab my tangent, my line, and I'm going to make it tangent to these two pieces. So what I want to do is I want to come up here and use my object snap, and I'm going to choose my tangent option. Now this is a one-time click, which basically means once I click this, so it's going to stay tangent. Notice how as I move my cursor around, it stays with my circle. So I want it then to be tangent to this item here, but notice it just wants to click to the quadrant. I have to come back up here and choose my tangent. And then notice when I do that, I get that tangent symbol. So there's only one tangent option that will touch this larger circle, this 100 diameter, and this 64 radius circle. At this point, what I can do is I know that I have another straight line right here that is 128 millimeters from this line, and they're parallel here. So I'm just going to choose my offset command, type in my 128, and choose this line and offset that line. At this point, I look and I have a radius of 28 that's going to fit right in here somewhere. So I'm going to choose my tangent radius and then type in my 28. Now, if by chance when you did this, I'm going to get a little bit closer here. That's the circle you got. It's because you chose closer, and it's going to choose the tangent that it thinks you want. So sometimes it does matter slightly where you're choosing your tangents, even though we don't know exactly where it is. So you could just do what I did, slide it down a little bit, and then it's going to put this circle in for you, because both of those are correct. So now we can go ahead and do our trimming. And I'm going to come in here, let's zoom in a little bit, and just hold my cursor down, and I can kind of drag my mouse around what I don't want to keep, or I can just select it also. So I can swipe it there, and that is my Foundry hook.